The universe in reality, a theory of expanding matter and geometric motion. Author Jukka Petteri, Savorinen. Publication date, originally many times ago. This article presents a radically new cosmological model that challenges the traditional understanding of space expansion. The central idea of the model is that matter and energy themselves are constantly expanding, not space. This internal expansion explains observed cosmic phenomena such as redshift and the movement tendencies of galaxies. Without the need to assume changes in space's geometry, the article introduces a new perspective on gravity, dark energy recycling, the origin of supermassive objects, galaxy formation and background radiation, all based on the principle of expanding matter. One introduction. The prevailing cosmological model relies on the expansion of space to explain the universe and accelerate and develop and observe phenomena like redshift. However, this explanation leaves open how space expands, which can lead to a conceptual dead end and elevate scientific explanation to the level of metaphysics. This article proposes an alternative framework where the universe's dynamic nature results from the intrinsic and continuous expansion of matter and energy within existing static and nothing three-dimensional space. This model offers a more concrete and testable foundation for cosmological observation. The principle of expanding matter and the speed of light. The key claim is that the volume of matter is relative, and all matter, including light, is constantly expanding. The speed of light is not an absolute constant in the traditional sense, but the speed of expanding light accelerates in proportion to the expansion of matter and light itself. This means that light maintains a constant speed property relative to its own expansion and the expanding matter surrounding it. This principle explains the redshift of light in a new way. Redshift of old expanding light. When our newer, more energetic and faster expanding light from a galaxy cluster encounters older, more distant, expanding light, it accelerates the speed of the old expanding light to match its own speed. During this acceleration of momentum, the old expanding light stretches and thus experiences redshift. This is a measurable phenomenon, as light waves are physically existent and can be studied. 3 gravity is an illusion in the multidimensionality of expansion. The traditional concept of gravity as an attractive force is refuted and replaced by a new expansion-based explanation that considers the combined effect of several factors. The movement of a falling apple towards the Earth's center is an illusion. In reality, the expanding falling apple moves away from the center of the expanding Earth, but slower than the surf of the expanding Earth, which catches up to the expanding apple. This creates the perception that the apple is moving towards the Earth's center. It is essential to understand that expansion is only one of several factors that collectively cause the expanding apple to fall to the Earth's surface. Every expanding condensation within expanding atomic nuclei expands at the same speed, but this alone is not enough to explain the observed phenomena. Instead, it is necessary to understand how these space-diffused repulsive forces interact with each other and what consequences result from this. It is critical to investigate how much of this space-diffused dark energy pushes through objects of different densities and volumes and what effects arise from this interaction. These complex in action explain the observed gravitational effect without assuming an attractive force. This abstract introduces a groundbreaking perspective. How do you think this theory challenges the established scientific paradigms? I And what are some immediate questions that come to mind regarding its testability? Here's an overview of the proposed alternative cosmological model focusing on the expansion of matter rather than space. The origin and evolution of the universe from the perspective of expanding matter. This model presents an alternative view of the universe's origin and evolution. Expanding supermassive objects originated in their own three spatial dimension Big Bangs. These local Big Bangs generated expanding light now known as background radiation. Uniformity of background radiation. Over time, these original background radiations have interacted with each other and shaped each other into uniform expanding background radiation. This explains the observed uniformity of the cosmic microwave background without needing inflation theory. Atomic nuclei contain congestion areas of space diffused energy that recycle dark energy diffused into space. This process generates detectable particles like electrons and photons, which further consist of energy diffused into space. These particles themselves are constantly expanding outwards into already existing space. This describes an eternal recycling system for the universe, formation of galaxies and stars. This model offers a new explanation for the rapid formation of galaxies and stars in the early universe without relying on traditional gravitational forces. Expanding supermassive objects radiate trillions of individual expanding dark matter condensations. New expanding stars rapidly emerge, seemingly out of nothing when two expanding supermassive objects pass close to each other. This mechanism explains the observation of massive and mature galaxies in the very young observable universe, as shown by the James Webb Space Telescope. Collision and fusion of condensations. Expanding dark matter condensations push through oncoming similar expanding condensations again and again. Eventually, their expansion accelerated so rapidly that they didn't have time to push each other away in the same proportion as they expanded. This led to much larger entities beginning to merge from them, new expanding stars seemingly out of nothing. Expanding stars have always pushed away from the center of an expanding galaxy in a spiral path. Initially, this outward push was faster than the star's own expansion, but nowadays it happens in the same proportion as they expand. This describes the internal dynamics of galaxies, the true nature of expanding galaxies. Galaxies as information carriers. Expanding galaxies are large particles that transmit information from an extremely distant object, which is very, very far away in space beyond the expanding visible universe. This suggests that our universe is part of a large